Attack in Kiev results in 1 fatality and 4 injuries for the third consecutive night. Ukrainian air defenses repulsed a Russian drone strike together over 3 nights in and around Kiev, killing at least 1 person and injuring others. Ukrainian military police spokesman Yuri Ignat said early Thursday that 20 Russian planes and 2 missiles were fired at Kiev and other parts of the country. "Our air defense is complete," said Ignat. 20 Shahid destroyed, everything flying was killed. 2 Caliber cruise missiles were also destroyed. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said earlier on Thursday that the capital's Solomyansky, Shevchenkivsky, Podolsky and Darnets district emergency services called police after the explosion. A body was found in a fire in an apartment in the Podolsky district, Klitschko wrote on the Telegram messaging app. The Kiev military said the wreckage of a damaged Russian drone struck the city of Solomyansky in the center of the Ukrainian capital, injuring at least 2 people. Klitschko also said that the shooting of the Russian drone destroyed the house in the Darnetsky district and set the balcony in the Shevchenkivsky district on fire. Kiev military commander Serhiy Popko described the attack as a great attack by Iranian-made Shahid drones from various directions. Popko wrote on Telegram that 2 people were injured due to falling rubble in the Darnetsky district. Tonight, Russian terrorists launched another major attack. The enemy attacked the Kiev region with drones and missiles. The air alert lasted for more than 3 hours, he said. Kiev Regional Governor Ruslan Kravchenko on Telegram. Explosions were also reported in other parts of the country, including Khmelnytsky in the west, Nikolaev in the south, and Zaporizhia in the south. In a statement from the office of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, it was reported that Caliber missile and several drones were shot down in Nikolaev, but a school and about 10 private houses were damaged due to the falling debris. There are currently no reports of damage or injury elsewhere. Ukrainian air defense first announced that Russia had shot down at least 15 Iranian-made Shahid drones targeting Kiev and other targets in the early hours of Wednesday morning, of which 11 were killed. Russia also carried out airstrikes on Kiev and elsewhere in the early hours of Tuesday, launching 28 Shahid drones, of which Ukraine says it destroyed 26. 3 days in a row Russian night airstrikes coincided with a NATO meeting in Lithuania attended by world leaders and the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. While Ukrainian leaders have not set a deadline for Ukraine's NATO membership, Zelensky said the outcome of the meeting would ensure security in Ukraine for the first time since independence. 3 people were killed and 4 injured as a result of the explosion of Russian bombs in attacks on the Ukrainian city of Kiev on Thursday for 3 consecutive nights, Ukrainian officials said. An 85-year-old woman and a man in his 40s in southern Ukraine, a 60-year-old man in northern Ukraine, were killed hours after being struck by a drone at night in the Kiev region. Russian attacks or clashes in Ukraine have not stopped this week as NATO leaders discuss the security threat from Moscow at a meeting in Lithuania and hand over a new package of military aid to Ukraine. The Ukrainian Air Force said that at night the Ukrainian air defense shot down 20 unmanned aerial vehicles launched from the city and surrounding areas, as well as 2 Caliber missiles in other parts of the country. 2 people were suffocated and 2 were injured by shrapnel in a fire caused by falling rubble in Kiev, the Interior Ministry said. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said that one person died in the fire that broke out in the city at night, but the office said the reason for the exit was still determined. The governor of Kiev, Ruslan Kravchenko, said tonight is another major attack by Russian terrorists. British diplomat Melinda Simmons tweeted, "What a bad night." A rocket and several drones were shot down. Debris destroyed several houses in the Nikolaev region of southern Ukraine, the office of President Volodymyr Zelensky said. Oleksandr Prokudin, the governor of the South Kherson region, said that Russian forces shelled the village of Mykursk in the South Kherson region at noon, 9 o'clock GMT. An 85-year-old woman was killed. Governor Yuri Malashko said that a man in his 40s was killed in the town of Oreshiv in the southern Zaporozhye region. The prosecutor's office said that the third person killed by the Russian bomb was a 60-year-old resident of the village of Popivka, north of Sumy. Russia, which started its all-out attack on Ukraine in February 2022, did not comment on the last attack. Although Kiev says its forces have made gains in the east and south since the uprising began in June, Russia still retains large tracts of land that Zelensky says has increased more slowly than initially expected. Posted by Alina Harmash, Ron Popsky, Oleksandr Kazukar and Anna Proknica, edited by Timothy Heritage. One person was killed and at least 4 were injured in an attack in Kiev. Police said on Our Sound Night on Thursday that explosions were heard across Ukraine investment. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said emergency services in the Solomyansky, Shevchenkivsky, Podolsky and Darnitsky districts set off after the explosion in the city. Respond to the alarm. A body was found while fighting a fire in an apartment in the Podolsky district, Klitschko told Telegram. Kiev Military Police Chief Sergei Popko wrote in Telegram that 2 people were injured due to falling rubble in the Darnitsky district. Klitschko said the debris destroyed the house and 2 people were hospitalized in the Darnitsky district. It is unclear whether they are human or not. Klitschko said that 2 residents of Shevchenkivsky were treated at the scene. He added that a fire broke out in an apartment in the Shevchenkivsky district and a non-residential building in the Podolsky district, and the emergency services were at the scene. A photo published on the official Telegram channel of the Kiev junta shows that part of the wall of an apartment in a high-rise building in the Darnitsky district allegedly collapsed. The Ukrainian Air Force said in a statement that the threat of Russian drone strikes on the city remains.